Van away. I'm messing with that white girl, only for tonight, girl. Van away, van away, van away, van away. Flip bones, goddamn, you look right. Van away, van away, van away, van away. I'm messing with that white girl, only for tonight, girl. Flip bones, goddamn, you look right, girl. Van away, van away, van away, van away. No stranger to the hand-to-hand. I'll stand back a caravans, ready to receive her. Even I believe her, yet I need her. Shaking up a storm like Anita with the hooker, with the baker. Never been a faker, pack a mean punch. Take to make a nigga nose bloody. No funny, get real scummy when it come to the money. Never meant to mean a bitch, I mean this shit. Vanna White, goddamn you look right, got me paid on sight. Love with the boy, CJ Hooker. No, I couldn't book her, what I mean look her. Dope, call the bitch coke, she make your ass broke, never mean it. Never touch alone, had to leave alone, then I got back home. To my zone. In my zone, I told you I'm the nicest. Left of my verbal devices, 11 herbs and spices. I miss, good night, bitch. I'm messing with that white girl, only for tonight, girl. Vanna White, Vanna White, Vanna White, Vanna White. Flip hoes, goddamn, you look right. Vanna White, Vanna White, Vanna White, Vanna White. Messing with that white girl, only for tonight, girl. For my niggas in the struggle, don't worry, it's trouble. Blow it up, and make that shit bubble.
It is Will time. Welcome to Will and his channel. How are you all doing today? How are we doing, chat? All chats. We all having a great day today? Are we ready for a stream? I'm ready for a stream. What up, Lisa? Lisa is a blogger. Black Mufu. Naga. How are you all doing today? We got a really interesting show planned for today. Perhaps I should give everyone a little more background if you haven't been following the story. So, I appear to have received a package after the rampant success of my feudalistic hierarchy of online politics video. It appears that I have attracted the eyes of certain powerful forces out there. And I received a package that I have to guess is just from a member of the Taliban simply because it says Inshallah at the end. But I received a package, and inside of it were 2 letters and a box. I'm going to read the contents of the letters now, as it were. And then what I would like to do is do a little bit of a call-in type show where we can all discuss kind of the ethics and such of owning the box, opening the box, should I open the box, all of these kinds of dealios. I think it'll be kind of fun. So as soon as I can pull out these twit longers, here they are. Boom. All right, so here was the letter that was on the outside of the box. I will read it to you now. Dear Will and his channel, I was peering through some of your content and came under the impression that you might be a fan of accursed objects. What you are now in possession of is something known as Schrodinger's stash, an heirloom of the late Erwin Schrödinger. This wooden chest was found locked and sealed underneath Erwin Schrödinger's bed, along with a hand-scribbled note after his death in 1961. My Discord link didn't work. Is that true? Fuck. Okay, let me put a new one in just in case. Here. Thank you for letting me know, honestly. I appreciate that. Yeah, so if you want to join the Discord and get in the call-in, this is how you do it. That is the Discord link. That should work. Let me know if that doesn't work, okay? Appreciate it. Anyways, since its discovery, Schrödinger's stash has been passed down through the family from generation to generation, before I eventually came into possession of it. Now, Will, I entrust it to you. Inside of this box is a chest. The chest was custom made by a German craftsman of unknown origin. The seals are airtight, and the manufacturer was able to layer an inch of lead sandwiched between the wood that makes up the general construction of the box. As such, it is completely X-ray proof. The myth around this chest is that it has never been opened. It has been debated over the years as it has passed hands as to what it is that someone should do with this box, or if it should even remain in existence to begin with. It is kind of a real-life thought experiment. There is a chance you are now in possession of a priceless, rare artifact from one of the world's greatest minds. The other possibility, you now own a chest filled with the most illegal things one could get their hands on in the 1950s. I leave it to you to find out what must be done with this box and its contents. Inshallah. My mic is in frame. Yes, it is. So that was the initial note that I got on just like the top end of this box when I received it, right? So I opened this letter. I didn't die from fucking smallpox. And then I proceeded to open the box. And what was inside of that box was a chest. This chest. Black. It was kind of intricate in detail. It might just be me. Maybe you blacklisted people of a certain Discord. It's possible that maybe some people have been banned from the Discord, but that's just gonna have to deal. So anyways, I found this box. Inside of it. And there was also a second letter. The second letter was this. Handwritten, mind you. You were in possession of a paradox. This chest is special because it has an equal chance to change the world or ruin your life. It may contain my final notes that were deemed too radical by my peers. Life-changing work that could have been the catalyst to fix all of humanity's problems. The other possibility, it contains a collection of the most vile, evil, traumatizing material mankind can possibly get their hands on. It will ruin you. Some demons cannot be put back into the chest once they enter your mind, I assure you. What you are in possession of is either hidden knowledge or great evil. Are you willing to peer inside the box? Open at your own risk. Sincerely, Erwin Schrödinger. So pretty cool. Yeah, I'm now in possession of an actual handwritten note by Erwin Schrodinger. That's it's pretty based. So I got that going for me, which is nice. But should I open this box? Is just mere ownership of the box perhaps a question of legality? And yeah, we're gonna get this bad boy started. So I'm gonna get. If you want to do the call in, let me see if I can get. Let's see here. Let me see if I can just make sure that I get this link working. Pretty sure the link should work. People joined the servers, joined the server recently, so. All right, other people, if you. All right, there's the link one more time. If the link doesn't work, type in the chat, okay? People that aren't a part of a particular spicy chat, that may or may not be banned. Link just worked for me? Okay, so fuck you guys. If you're banned, you're banned. You just don't get to come in. Sorry. That's just how it works. Alright, so I'm gonna get Smith in here. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna see if he has some suggestions for me. What up, Smith? Oh, I'm deafened. Hey, what's up, Smith?
What's up? What's up?
Not much.
So
I
you
don't
got a
know.
box
I'm kind of in a pickle, yeah.
from the Dolly Pond?
I mean, I can't know for sure, but it's my assumption.
Right. Right. And it could be damning or it could be amazing.
Yeah, it seems to me that it could be like even illegal, maybe, to look
Yeah.
at the contents of the box.
Here, I'll turn my
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. He crashed. That's funny. It really is like everybody's issue with Discord that they get these crashes. Well, we'll drag him back in once. We just got double me right now. Great. Wait for Smith to get back in here. Oh, there he is. Interview. Perfect.
All right. Discord crash. Let me turn the camera on here to do it. Okay, here we go. There I am. Sorry.
Should be safe now. It always needs to crash for at least somebody that does this shit.
Yeah, it sucks. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I think Discord just needs to get their shit together.
Okay.
For real,
So should I open
spicy
it or
chat,
not? Should you open
don't
it?
have to. You don't have to stay in the spice pit. You really could come and join the party. You don't have to be all secluded. I really encourage you. Yeah, should I open this box? What the fuck should I do with it?
Okay. You shouldn't open it live
Oh God, no.
because if it's got like a bunch of really illegal shit in it, then you open it in the dogwarts closet, and like then you can decide if you want people to know that you opened it.
Can you explain what the dogwarts closet is? I'm not sure I know what that
Okay,
is.
the dogwarts closet, this is something Dan, Destiny's friend, came up with. Dogwarts is, okay, it's really stupid. You got a closet, and in this closet is a dog, and if you go into the closet, no one will ever know. It's like it's like super, like it's magical. It's super private, like it's an alternate reality. You go in this closet, and if you fuck the dog, then every time you go in the closet and you fuck the dog, you get like $50,000. And so the hypothetical is that, and would you do it? That is dogwarts. It's really stupid. It's very stupid. But you've got a magical secret closet. That's all I'm saying. and you go in there and you open the box in there, and then okay, that's all I'm saying.
Weird. I mean, I do seem to be in possession of a Dogwarts closet of sorts. Um, so I mean, but is so I guess that really boils down to, is the issue the act itself, or is the issue that people know that you did it? Because I mean, if you're in the closet
Well,
by yourself, I mean, no one ever knows, right? Theoretically,
right. Well,
you
like, do
could
you
fuck the
think it's
dog into
immoral?
infinity and be a bajillionaire.
Right. Well, do you think it's immoral to open your box if it has illegal things in it?
I think the thing that I'm really trying to come to grasps with is, uh does it only become immoral to like own the box once I open it and I know the contents?
Right.
There's a part of me that thinks that it's not even immoral for me to own the box until I open it up and I know what's inside of it.
And you
Like
know,
if
but
there's
do you know for
sorry.
sure it's a 50-50?
It has been elucidated that it's a exactly 50-50 shot. There's an equal chance it could be either.
50% immoral. How can you prove that you didn't know what was in it, though? You have to be able to prove that.
Hey, sorry about that. I lost like your last 15 seconds of audio. Could you say that one more time?
Oh, I was just saying you have to be able to prove if you don't know what's in it. Say, like, if you're being judged by others, for other people to judge your morality, they have to know for sure that you don't know what's in it.
How could I do that?
I don't know. Well, if it was sent to you with some kind of lock, there's a way. Like, you could have one of those plastic locks that if you break it, you can't relock it.
The box looks very like untampered with. Like I don't, if I had to put my money on it, like it takes effort to open this box. It's a heavy motherfucker. Like, but at some point, I mean, all of you kind of just have to take my word for it, right? That I haven't opened the box. I could have already
Right.
looked inside of it. I could even know that it's illegal right now.
So you're just trying to get out. You're just trying to smuggle in some plausible deniability to be like, because you actually opened it, you got like a shit ton of bricks of cocaine in there, and you're just trying to smuggle your way out of this. You're
You
trying to
caught
tell
me.
us.
What do you think bricks of cocaine would be the most illegal thing that someone could put in a box in 1950?
That'd be pretty good, but no. Maybe like what is that type of uranium? Like yellow cake uranium or whatever that they make nuclear bombs out of? That might be it.
I guess that would make sense why it's lead lined.
Mm,
Um, I Smeth, I'm willing to argue that you might be in possession of a little black box that might hold unimaginable horrors. And the only way that I would really know if you had a box of unimaginable horrors or not is if I looked inside your box. It's the only way I could ever
right.
really know.
Hmm. Well, then it's a different question looking inside someone else. What if I look in your box and you look in my box, and then each of us knows what's in the other person's box? But then so say that you know that I have unimaginable horrors in my box, and I know that you have unimaginable horrors in your box, but neither of us know that we have unimaginable horrors in our own box.
Okay. So in some ways, each of us are we've been I can't be held at fault because I didn't know what was in the box, but you checked it out, and now that you saw that it was horrible, now we can get rid of the box, and vice versa.
Right. So maybe you got to get someone else to check.
How do I know that you didn't just see the magic formula and now you're gonna run away with it?
Right.
It seems like I'd have to trust you, that you're going to be good
Yeah,
faith
we
here.
don't trust each other enough for that. I do
I don't think
trust
I
you.
trust anybody enough.
I don't know. Like if it's your like girlfriend and you live with her, like if like say you've been married for 5 years, like then like let's say like if either of you get the money or whatever, or the the great thing, it's like kind of shared. So in that case, you could have a dog sniff it out. Uh,
Dogs sniff it out to see what if it's just, I guess if it's
make
drugs. But
make a like get it sent to the Cincinnati Zoo into the orangutan exhibit and have them open it. But then they'd have to tell you, so that's just stupid. I'm trying my best. I don't.
what is stopping, like, I think that you are currently in possession of a black box, and there is an equal likelihood that there could be illegal material on it as not illegal material. I think that I have many of these boxes. I think I'm communicating to you through one of these boxes right now.
Through one of a computer.
Yeah. I think theoretically there could be unimaginable horrors on your computer right now. Or
Sure.
mine. And the only way that I would ever really know if those unimaginable horrors were on your computer would be if I were to look.
Right.
Because, I mean, you don't have to
You're
tell
not
me.
looking on. You're not looking on my computer.
Are the unimaginably horrible things on your computer, are they unimaginably horrible if you're the only person that knows that they're there?
Depends on how they got there.
It's your computer.
Right.
We can
If you're
imply that
looking at
you had
if
some.
you're downloading child porn, then you're contributing to the abuse of children. But if you download, but maybe to be better, more to your hypothetical, let's say that you you download like a program off the internet and it contains child porn and you don't even know that it has it on it until you look.
I think I think the difference with that one is you get the program and you don't even have the inkling of an idea that it might have that illegal material on it. Whereas here, I'm explicitly telling you there's a 50-50 shot. It's either extremely illegal material or not, or extremely beneficial material.
Right.
I think that we will come to a point where your computer or your phone or whatever it is that you're using will be so powerful that you won't even have to interface with anything to be able to create extremely illegal material. You won't have to go to a server, your computer will be the server. You won't have to download a data set. You could either create it yourself or you could, whatever. You could theoretically like sit in a non-networked room with a giant computer and create whatever you want inside of your Dogwarts closet. And unless you explicitly told somebody or someone went into your Dogwarts closet, they would never know that you did that.
Right. So you'd be creating it though. So like AI generated. I don't. What else could be horrible that's on your computer other than child porn?
I think it's fair to even just use that. I mean, to me, that's the most horrible. I mean, you could theoretically any kind of explicit or illicit material. I mean, you could make dog stomping videos, AI generated dog stomping videos or something.
Okay.
You could make
Yeah.
AI generated
Yeah.
illegal
Actually,
sex
that
scenes
actually
between adults. I mean, it doesn't have to be.
videos of people torturing other people, that could be even worse.
I mean, unimaginable horrors, right? Insert animal does X thing to X thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it could go crazy
Yeah.
with it. At
I
some
know that
point, the computer might even be able to make it without your input, but you could still consume it, and no one would even know that it was made or consumed unless you told somebody.
now I see what you're saying.
What's scary is I think we will come to a point in time where it will become so like everybody will have such easy access to this that you won't even be able to tell just by like looking on the street like who is secretly going home and looking at the most deviant shit they possibly can think of in their mind.
Right. Well, if it's AI generated, I personally I don't care.
Because no one was harmed in the creation of
Right.
it.
That's how I feel.
Would it harm other people if they knew that you had created it, though?
Potentially, yeah.
Wait, would you agree that if you prompt the AI to create something, you're creating something?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, for sure. Okay, just want to make sure we're on the same page. Because that's kind of what I mean by, like, we create something. Like, I understand the AI is doing the heavy lifting and, like, going through all the shit, but, you know,
You're
we're the
part of
cause
it.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get F-bombs in here. F-bomb seems like he's got something he wants to add. F-bombs. What's going
Yo,
on? How are
good
you?
morning,
Cam up.
whatever time it is. Jesus fucking Christ. First of all, uh, first of all, I want to say, Smith, we've never talked, but I got a lot of context clues. You have a fucking microscope, and also to the women, they are grateful that you have the stop sign at your bed to warn them. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wonderful. I appreciate the warning to all the ladies. Um,
Full disclosure, like I've had this since I was like a kid, but I don't have the cord for it anymore, so I'm just a poser. This I can't even use it right now. It's so lame. Yeah, if I could, I'd be looking at my sperm under it. It'd be just a nice, fun experiment.
All right. Second of all, Will, you done fucked up in the very beginning because anytime you get any sort of secret, you don't fucking tell anybody. Like, I will never tell you a crime I commit because obviously you're just going to do a stream and be like, I have this secret and everybody should know about it, but now it's not a secret anymore. So, had you not have made the mistake of letting everybody know you got this secret box that is supposed to be a secret, the first question I would have is who gave it to you?
Who gave it to me? I don't know for sure. It's a bit of a mystery.
All right, so you don't even know where the box that you now have that contains some crazy ass secret, you don't know where it came from.
No, I've no idea. I've given it to a radiologist friend that I have who's
Oh, so now
pretty
you told
into
even more
X-ray shit.
people.
Yeah,
You let more
I'm
people
looping
know
him
you have
in.
this fucking Jesus
Well,
Christ.
so hold on. So you posit that just the very idea that I own this box, I'm now in possession of something illegal just by owning
Well,
it.
no, you're in possession of something that says it could be X, it could be Y. You don't know if it's stolen property. You don't know if it's like illegal war material. You have no idea what this thing is. And you've
Okay.
accepted it from somebody that you don't know.
I accepted it. It was just mailed to me. I mean, I didn't ask for it. I
Well, like
opened it.
you mailed to you, it's in a box. So like if it's on your doorstep, do you just randomly open things that you don't know? Like that shit could blow up. Like, what do you know? Some random ass package on your door.
You know, I just had a gut feeling, you know. I was like, this ain't a bomb. Who would want to bomb little old Will? And then
Okay,
I opened the
so
outer layer of this box. Hold on, by even I want to get into this a little bit. You're saying by even opening the outer layer of this box, I've committed some kind of a
by even accepting a container that you have no idea what it is, this is why they have return to sender. What
so
makes you think you deserve the box? Period.
well, I mean, I was chosen, so clearly I must deserve it of some
Chosen
kind.
by
See,
who?
good question.
So you don't know if you were chosen. You don't know if you were chosen for a good reason or a bad reason. You decided you were chosen.
Well, in the letter it said I was chosen.
The letter from who?
Okay, so I see what you're getting at here. Okay, so
Wait,
just
you can know if something was given to you without knowing who gave it to you.
Ah, but why would you accept it?
Well, the other side of that question is why wouldn't you accept it?
Well, because you don't know who it's coming from, what it is, where it is. You don't.
Sure.
You have no idea. So first you have to ask, why do you even accept it? You accept it because you think you deserve to accept it, or you think you're something special, or you think you've been chosen.
I
You
mean,
you
I think it's as simple as curiosity killed the cat.
Okay, so the curiosity made you believe you should involve yourself in this thing that was sent to you. That's
Well,
fair. I mean, that's an answer.
yeah. Got this
So
package. I was curious about it. Opened this
okay,
letter.
so let's
Curiosity
assume
ensues.
you've now chosen to take possession of that. Are you going to own the fact that you made this choice?
Am I gonna own the fact that I
Yeah,
made the
because
choice to just even
yeah, it was
accept the
given to you,
package?
but it's not your burden. You're choosing the burden.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. You know what? Yes, I accept the burden of receiving the package.
Okay.
Now,
Step
how
one.
does that change?
Well, because step one, if you choose to abstain from receiving the package, none of this is necessary. Your life returns as it was until some other package shows up. So if you're totally satisfied with your existence, then there's no reason to accept the package.
But what if you're desperate? Like, so maybe
That's
that's a harder choice to give up if you're in dire straits. You know?
okay. So now it's I I have a need to be fulfilled. I don't know if this box is going to fulfill it, but I'm willing to take that chance. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just like if you're gonna like say, oh, I want somebody to like pull a tooth out for like $5,000, like most people are gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna fucking pull my tooth out. But like, if you go to someone on the street that's really desperate, they might do it.
And why what makes the difference of who will do it and who won't do it in that
Yes.
case?
Need.
Okay. So fulfilling a that's what I'm saying. If you're satisfied with your existence, then this random thing that has nothing to do with you, you'd probably want nothing to do with it, because if you're satisfied, why introduce something that might change that? If you're
Interesting.
satisfied, if you're satisfied with your life and somebody offers you $100, why would you take it?
$100,
But like you don't need it.
and it just might be. There's always no one ever just gives you $100 for no reason.
Yeah, I have been, but like the 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 thing about like the idea I'm trying to get is you're receiving the box that you don't know if it's yours. Somebody sent it to you, but you don't know. The only reason to even take it is because you're hoping for something.
So give up all hope.
No,
What
you
what's
just
wrong with hope?
there's nothing wrong with hope. I'm just explaining why you're in possession of the box to begin with. Like you have to accept you chose the box over refusing the box. Like that was the first choice you actually made.
I could
And
have thrown it away.
yeah, and you need to accept that with any future thing you do is everything that occurs from here on out is on you and nobody else.
Okay, wait, hold on. So what if opening the box like literally has a cure for cancer in it, or
Great.
like, or
Great.
it's or unimaginable horrors. So that means somebody, in order to get the cure for cancer, someone has to take that. Someone has to take that greedy, selfish step forward to open the
I didn't
box.
say it was selfish. I didn't say it was selfish. I said you wanted
Hopeful,
something.
I
hope,
think the
yeah,
thing that I'm
desire.
getting at is like to crack open the first layer of the box is the first step to accepting culpability for curing cancer,
Yes,
but
exactly.
also looking at accepting
Well,
horrible material.
you got to go with step at a time. So you can't get across a bridge without every step on the bridge. So step one is you have to accept the box. If not,
Okay.
then you take a detour and you don't go over the bridge.
All right. Before we get into step 2, let's get Elder Drazi in here. Elder Drazi,
Um,
Will in his channel
someone
show.
in my chat has a question. What if the box is empty?
Well,
Well, that would just be
uh,
disappointing
we-
as fuck.
the actually it might not be disappointing. See, you're assigning feelings because you have a desired outcome. This is what I'm trying to explain. Our
Okay.
entire existence isn't really based on like the things we think. It's based on another 2 or 3 layers deeper that we're never touching. And so, like, as a former boss, an example I can give you is we subbed out a vehicle to be wrapped because we didn't do that at the time. The guy that we subbed it to scratched the fuck out of the customer's vehicle with a knife. Who has to pay for that? Me, because I'm the one that took the job and I'm the one that subbed it out to the person that fucked it up. So even though I didn't do anything except accept the job, it's my responsibility. So accepting the box is the exact same thing.
I think that's a really good point. If you're not familiar with not just the works but the life of Irvin Schrodinger, I think that you need to familiarize yourself before you decide to crack that box open.
Or
Oh,
or even like share you have possession. Because as soon as you let somebody know you have possession, you're now associated with the box, like it or not.
well, that ship has sailed. He's in. We all seen the. We've seen
We
the
are,
box.
he
We
done told
read
us
the
all.
twit
You're right.
longer.
You're right. You're right.
So I
Okay,
have a
you're
question.
fucked, Will.
But
What do you know
but
about
hold on, to bring
Schrodinger?
this back to the computer. What do I
Oh, you
know
want to
about
go back to
Schrodinger?
child porn figures? Let's
Yeah,
go. Go ahead.
I do. I actually do, unironically. Does just owning a computer that's capable of having the processing power to create materials outside of any kind of a network? I mean, does just owning one of these things make you culpable of whatever can be created inside of it?
Of course
Well,
not.
wait a minute.
Yeah,
You're talking
Does
about
owning a
two
gun make you
different things.
culpable of murder? No.
You're talking two different things because the things that go into
Sorta.
the computer are your inputs. This box already has its inputs.
I have an analogy to what you just said where I would say the answer is yes within my framework here. Okay, so something I've been talking about lately and thinking about is feminism. And one a good example of how this logic can play out is like it's not harmful to put on makeup, but it's harmful to all women to for all women to put on makeup because it creates the expectation of makeup. So if everybody has the technology to do something harmful and that's part of their everyday life, you're culpable like in the same way that like buying an iPhone it's it's like you can't blame somebody for buying an iPhone, but everybody is complicit in the society that enables iPhone usage. We all want it. We all
Why can't you blame them?
you can't because I wouldn't. You can blame them. You can blame them, but I don't put much moral value on that blame because it's like it's objectively humanity is objectively defaulting to this
No,
choice.
no, 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 no. See, this is why humanity's fucked. Because
But that's what I'm saying.
humanity is made up of individuals. This is where everything goes wrong in almost everything that we do. And I mean this sincerely. What goes wrong in most of what we do is we do not evaluate that we are both the group and part of the group at the same time. We as individuals cannot escape the fact that we make up the group. And so our behavior becomes the conglomerate that makes the group. So you can't change the group without changing your behavior. And if you don't change your behavior, the group never changes. So it's up to each one of us to make the decision about the iPhone instead of outlawing an iPhone. If we all individually choose to not do the harm, and enough of us do that, then it does affect capitalism. It does reach market share, and we do eventually have a say. But it's just the conglomerates of all us ants.
Will, is this I can answer that, but is this the conversation you want to be because this is your show, buddy. So
Drazi? No. Hopefully he just crashed. Hit this a bit. It's fine. Yeah.
okay. So I don't agree with that. I think that at a certain point we can evaluate human psychology. Like I'm a behaviorist or humanist. Or I don't think I don't agree with this general notion that we are. I think if you want to change people and the way people behave by default, you have to do it top down, not bottom up. I don't think that you can just say, well, everybody should choose to be better. I think you need to actually legislate something like that.
Well, if you're doing that, if you legislate the behavior instead of incentivize the behavior. See, this is where
Okay.
we could probably debate this at another time, but my entire structure of how society should work is based on a completely different model. Like all tax incentives should be based on the specific values the community needs. Like a hospital should get incentives based on the health rates they can bring and the like fix right the first time. I come from the car business. Fix right the first
Okay.
time that they can do. And so you incentivize them for the benefit to the community and not for their existence.
Okay, I
All
can
right,
take
last
that
line,
back
and then we'll
around
go
though.
to Drowsy.
No, I was just gonna say we can take that back around. So should there be an incentive to not have the computer that can do unspeakable horrors? And
Yes. Yeah. We need to when as a business person, right? Businesses pay people to show up, which is incorrect. What you want to do is pay people for the outcome and the behavior. So if you want to call it a meritocracy, that would be the closest way to do it. You give them the incentives for the output, not for like the input. Like you give them the incentive for the input, not for showing up. So like everything is based on it's hard, it's too much for this, but the reality is it all comes down to individual responsibility, even when the system is what's fucked.
Individual responsibility, even when the system is fucked. Elder Drowsy, I think you wanted to say something about Schrodinger.
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
And beautiful. I love your hair. It looks adorable.
Thanks. I actually didn't brush it, and I usually wear my hat. I got my hat back, so I've been wearing that. But anyway, so Schrodinger, almost everybody knows about the Schrodinger cat experiment, which made me think, well, it looks like you got yourself a dead cat when he had tuberculosis and he was going crazy, facing his mortality. He decided to run the experiment for real. But then I thought, well, why would Will get the box? Will of all people, what does everybody know about Will? And one of the most prominent things people know about Will is that Will is a Mr. Girl orbiter. So I think that given the authenticity of this box and the origin story of it to be true, this is something much more insidious. Now, up until recently, most people thought of Erwin Schrodinger in really high regard, but that's still going to be most people because most people aren't big physics nerds like me who didn't find out that Erwin Schrodinger has a pretty dark fucking past. And if there's one thing he would want to hide, it would be the evidence of his known grooming and pedophilic behaviors throughout his life,
The
which is
moment-
exposed in his journals. Four
The moment
women,
before you said that.
or sorry,
I'm
four,
sorry.
four girls, not women, ranging from the ages of 12 to 17, were known to have been accosted by Erwin Schrodinger. And if he was going to hide anything that couldn't even be seen by x-rays, I think it may be evidence of his love for children. Schrodinger was quoted in his own diary saying that the reason why he has these justifiable attractions is because nothing could complement his genius but the innocence of young women.
Man, you really opened the box.
Is that really? Did that actually happen?
100% true. I would never joke about physics or physicists. I am a physics nerd.
Or pedophilia.
Wow. Or pedophilia. Wow.
He groomed and impregnated a 17-year-old, which he later then married. Another fun fact about him is that he was living with two women, his wife and mistress, and that got him booted out. Everybody just considered his pedophilic behaviors at the time to be unconventional, but his polyamory was like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Was 17 is the youngest? It's not.
No,
pedophilia.
12 was the youngest. 12 was the youngest.
Okay.
So really,
Too young.
There's a. So I don't necessarily know if this increases or decreases the chances of the box being terrible, but it does make that 50% look a lot
Wait a
more
minute.
solid.
Wait, this
What would
brings
he
back.
hide and tell nobody about and not
Hold
be
on,
able to be
wait.
seen with x-rays?
This brings it all the way back to what I asked
Criminal
you.
evidence.
You decided to take the box. So if it was full of child diddling, right? And you had said, I don't know who this fucking came from. I don't want this. Then you would have no responsibility for the child diddling material. But you decided, I'm going to take this box. And now you, much like Alex Jones, is in possession of child diddling material that you claim to have nothing to do with. But how could you ever prove that you had nothing to do with that stuff getting in there, just like Alex Jones can't prove he had nothing to do with that stuff getting in there?
Well,
I think I
we're
still
talking early
reject.
1900s material.
I think I still reject the
So,
premise that I'm culpable. I feel like this is like if I worked
so
at a.
possession isn't 9/10 of the law anymore.
I just feel like it's one thing. It's one thing to accept something, okay, and it has a complete, and it has one premise to you accepting this thing, and then you find out later down the line that it could be something.
Wait a minute.
I think that's different.
Wait. If
I
you
really
take
like that
possession of
F-Bombs
a
is trying to
vehicle,
like get you arrested here. He's like going hard. He's like the cop that showed up on
no,
the
no, no.
stream.
All I'm trying to say
No, it's
is
fair.
you have to take responsibility for the choices you make. If
Okay.
you are driving a car and you wreck the car and the cops come and it turns out there's drugs in the car, you are going to have to deal with that. And
Okay,
you
hold
took
on.
possession of the box.
If you own a box inside of a box, okay, and you didn't know there was a box inside of that box, and you accept the first box, okay, so what you originally accepted was that you accepted that you would take this box and you would open it. That was the first thing that you accepted. I mean,
Okay.
theoretically, I could have opened the first layer of this box, and it could have already been illegal. Like,
Are you
right?
harboring a fugitive in the background?
That is my fugitive of 7 years behind me.
Sorry.
But the fact that there is another box inside of this box, I feel like it's all. I mean, I dodged a bullet, clearly. Now I think I have another decision that I have to make. I think I'm culpable for accepting the second box. I'm not really as. Right? It's like I accepted the first box, but I don't think that, like, it's the same thing as.
How? How the fuck? How can you say I've taken this thing and opened it, but I'm not responsible for that part? Only now am I responsible. Like,
Hold on. Okay, I think F bombs has a he's convinced me to move. I don't think I fully agree with him. I think I want to say that you're not culpable to have the box, but I think given what F bombs has laid out, I'm thinking that at the moment of getting the box, you have to make a choice. And I think
yes.
inaction in itself is a choice. So you're choosing to a 50% chance of an atrocity. And so like one choice you could make is maybe you could like take it to the police and open it there and be like, look, I just
Yes.
got this box. I don't know what's in it. It might have something horrible that's illegal, and I want to open it here,
Don't
and it
do
might have
that.
something.
Why?
Don't
What
do
if there's
that.
child
Okay.
porn in it and
All right,
you
hold
open
on.
it in
If
I've
front
there's
got-
of
child
them and
porn
then
in
you're
it,
not
you
in
take it to the
trouble?
cops and you say, "Hey, look, I got this box. I'm gonna open it here." They're gonna fucking arrest you on the spot.
No, you're gonna
Oh,
say
okay. Depends on how much proof you can have of not knowing where it came from and shit. Like if you can
You
prove that or
don't go
not.
and talk to the cop. So here's the thing: if something
Okay.
illegal happens, you
Oh, sorry.
don't talk to the cops. You call
That's
yourself
true.
a fucking lawyer.
Wait
You
a
don't go
minute.
to the cops,
Okay,
talk, and
okay,
then.
okay.
All right, let me
Open
bring
it
this
in front
back.
of a lawyer.
Hold on.
You open it in front of a lawyer.
I got a
Wait
relevant
minute.
question here. Okay, so
I
we're
got
going to
the
the
law.
cops.
Hold on, wait, 1 second, 1 second.
Okay.
Well, I know this is your show, but just shut up for a second. The the I think you guys are right. I think the very first thing. What the fuck are we doing? Is that Amber Heard? The
Drugs.
No, that's
the,
Will.
I think you guys are right. Self protection and calling an attorney to get an idea of what you should do. I just got this crazy ass thing and I'm scared. Tell me what to do. That is probably the smartest first step. Go
Okay.
ahead, Will. You can speak now. Sorry.
So let's create two different scenarios, okay? So there's a scenario where I get the box on my doorstep. I don't open it. I literally don't touch it. I'm like, "Oh, I got a strange package." I take it straight to the cops. There's scenario 1.
Yeah.
Scenario 2 is what has currently happened. I open the box, I read the letters, blah blah blah. There's a second box inside of it. I am now presented with the choice of taking this to the cops. So I go and I take it to the cops. Is there a morality difference between the two Williams in this scenario? Is one of those
I don't-
Williams more
I don't
unethical than the
think
other?
I don't think so, but I do think the first will hasn't taken responsibility for the decision to intake the box. That's all. Like-
So, well, you're not really engaging with the morality question here. So, the morality question would really boil down to what are your duties, Will? I would say that you have a duty to your, as you put it, felon of 7 years to be around. So, your number one priority needs to be you're not allowed to go to jail. You have
Okay,
somebody
but
that
what if
depends
that
on you,
box was
and
a
you
bomb?
also depend on you. Well, if it was a bomb, I think it's already
Taking
gone up
it
by
would have
now.
been the wrong decision.
But
That's not a moral decision.
if
It
he
sure-
depends on her, then
When it
Him
comes to
not
a
being
moral
around
decision,
'cause
all
the
the
box
information
blew
that you
up?
have, not information you don't have, needs to be considered.
Well,
Anytime
you
I go
always
to
have
open
to
a letter
consider
from, every
information
time I
you-
open a box from Amazon,
Wait. Are you saying you don't consider information you don't have when making a decision?
decisions,
I do.
moral decisions have to be made with information that you have. You cannot consider the information that you don't have in respect to information that you do have when you're making a moral decision, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
When you're making a moral decision, the things that hold weight is the known information. You cannot.
I
weigh
don't
known
think so,
information against
because
unknown
when you're
information.
making you have to consider harms that you can't conceive. You have to consider benefits that you
How
can't
can you
get,
conceive of that which you can't conceive?
because you have to accept the what you don't know, right, is also one of the things that goes into a decision. Like,
Okay.
you don't just make a decision if you have 2 pieces of information out of 100. You have to know, I only have 2 pieces of information out of 100.
You ever play poker?
Always.
I play a lot of poker.
A lot.
Yeah. So what you can know is you can know the probability that somebody has a better hand than you at any given time, right?
And you can know the probability of them knowing it.
That you can't know.
No, but that's part of the equation.
Right. So
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
consider,
saying.
I cannot consider that they may. I can't consider how well they may know, especially if you play online.
No.
You
See,
get no information about the other person.
we disagree, because I don't even care about the cards I have half the time. I care about
True.
whether you think you have a better hand than I do. So all I'm doing is really worrying about the unknowns as much as the knowns.
there's another something I think about a lot, or like an fucking hypothetical. You're in school and class is ending and the teacher didn't tell you what your homework was. And so like there's always that one fucking kid.
No,
that's
the
like,
one that said, "Are you
"What's
going to
our
collect the
homework? Do
homework?
we have homework?"
Are
And
you
then
going
once
to
they
collect
say,
the
"Do we-"
homework? Fuck you, asshole."
Yeah. And so, but until they ask, then you're not going to be collected. But if nobody asks on purpose, is everybody culpable for not bringing it up?
Well,
Yeah,
yes, but also, if you got away with it, you still didn't do your homework. You just got away with it.
This leads right into my next question. Wonderful segue. So,
Just quick question. Does anybody notice how meta it is that we're essentially discussing Schrodinger's theoretical thought experiment about the cat
Yes.
throughout this whole conversation?
Yes.
I thought that was
Yes.
beautiful. Please continue, Will. I didn't want to
Oh,
derail
and
your second question.
Rest in peace to the content creator Schrodinger's cat.
By
based.
not opening it, like
That's
you're
actually a real
dooming
thing, by the way.
dooming the
Sorry.
cat to death because you're not feeding it. All right, I'm sorry. Continue.
Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
So, we got a rainforest, right? It's illegal to cut down trees in this rainforest. So a man cuts down a tree in a rainforest, so no one's around to see him commit this crime. Did he commit one? He doesn't get
Yeah.
caught for it. Yeah? But do we
Yes.
care? None of us saw it.
So,
No one knows.
Legally, he
Like,
didn't commit a crime, but morally, the wrong.
Well,
was done.
legally he did. He just didn't get caught.
Isn't breaking the law getting caught?
No.
Doing something illegal?
No, accountability is getting caught. Breaking the law is the action.
I guess I'm a big fan of it's only against the law if you get caught
Well,
ideology.
no, this boils down to the actual, if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound? And the answer is yes, because sound does not require an observer. The law does not require an observer. Accountability requires an observer.
right, but sound sometimes can be defined as the perception of those things, not
No,
necessarily the
no.
things
The only
themselves.
sound equation that really needs a receiver of the sound is the Doppler effect. Everything else is just the creation of sound.
Well, that's a specific ideological framework you're using, where like what Will just presented is the more Freudian human like trapped, like everything is only a filter as it is through your filter through your perception, and you're talking about a more objective external
No, no,
reality.
no, because the law is an objective thing. Once the law is created, it is an objective thing. When you break the law, you're breaking the law at the time you're doing it.
Sure.
Accountability isn't the law. That's the punishment phase of the law.
Yeah.
I think I just don't agree when it comes to the law.
Okay, well, like if I get in my car, okay, and my car is not registered, and I drive my car, am I breaking the law? If I'm speeding,
Yes.
am I breaking the law?
Yes.
If I don't get arrested or pulled over, I still broke the law.
How do we
don't
know
know, I
that
feel
you
like-
broke the law, though?
It doesn't matter. I know.
Well,
That's the
I-
morality of it. You asked
Fair.
about the
What I'm-
morality of it.
Right, but I guess
With
what I'm...
the
Sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Smith.
No, no,
you
you go.
first.
It's your show.
I insist.
With the tree falling in the woods making no sounds, someone in my chat sort of brought up something that made me realize, like, I think a sound that is heard is sort of conceptually a different thing than a sound that isn't heard. Like
Well,
what
now,
sound that isn't heard, we can only perceive it as a theoretical with like vibrations. We know we can analyze it, we can calculate it, but we can't actually. It's a different thing when you can't perceive it.
when the tree breaks, does it make a sound whether you hear it or not?
This
Yes.
this is essentially a physicalist question.
No, it's not. It is a fundamental fact. A sound wave is created when the tree cracks. Whether you perceive the sound or not does not affect whether the sound was created. What
Yeah,
keeps
but
happening,
the
hold on,
point.
wait. What keeps happening
Alright.
is you keep putting, and we as humans do this, you keep putting yourself in as a vital part of the equation, and
Right.
it's just not.
No, I agree, but what I'm saying is, the point of the question is the fact that when we think about a sound that we haven't heard, we think about it as a fundamentally different type of thing. But that doesn't speak to reality or objectivity. It actually speaks more to what subjectivity is.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree with that. And
I
so
think
the
a physicalist
question
would
was,
say that which does not experience does not exist.
well, but wait,
Let
the
me-
question was the guy goes and chops down the tree.
I'm actually willing
Why
to
is him
accept...
chopping the tree down different than me speeding?
Yeah, I'm willing to accept F-Bomb's premise here. And I think we actually all should. And I want to kind of move on to something slightly different here.
Okay.
I agree.
Do we...
all
No,
should.
no, no,
Let's
no.
go.
The same vein, though. Do we care when you speed and you don't crash into somebody and a cop doesn't catch you and you make it home safe? Do we care that you broke the law?
That's a very good point. I don't care.
Why don't we care?
So if I care about somebody speeding, I don't care if they crash or not, then I still care. But the idea about the law and the law being broken, the idea behind a law being broken is that there must be something that happens to follow it because it needs to be amended. We need to restore the law by applying justice to the situation. That's why I don't think if you don't get caught, then the law isn't broken, because if people break laws and justice isn't applied, the law is broken. We are without
So you
law.
rob a
It
bank and
shows
you don't get
been
caught, you
very-
didn't break the law.
But if
Hold on,
nothing
I-
if nothing happens from it, it's all about what happens following the breaking of the law. Morality
agree
is
with that.
different.
I
If I
don't.
do something I know
only
is
agree.
wrong, it's wrong to me.
Man,
I only agree.
For
I
the
only
street
agree in
example...
the context of.
I'm so sorry. I fucking hate my lag so much. In the tree example, I'm just gonna make it really quick. In the tree example, it's like you cut down the tree, right? And no one's around to hear it, right? Okay, after you've cut down this tree, there's two possibilities. No one ever walks through that forest again to see that there's a stump, or someone eventually walks through there and sees that there's a stump there.
Oh my
When
God,
they
you
see the
guys are
stump,
so
that's like
short-sighted.
that's like the perception of, you know, and
Wait,
I think...
wait a minute. You
What?
No,
just missing.
I'm on the same page as you. I'm on the same page as you. Look, I just want to say I actually am not on the same page as you on the law thing though. The only reason I agree with the speeding thing is I just don't care about speeding. If I think some people, like a lot of people, are capable of going a lot faster than the limit and being safe, and some people aren't, and it's a numbers game, I guess. But in regards to like a different law that might be better, like just shooting off a firearm in like a public place, that's a lot. If you don't hit somebody, I don't care. Like the fact that you're doing it is a problem to me. Even if it didn't cause, like, it just can't be doing it.
So would you say laws aren't created to keep us in line, but they're created as a framework to kind of maximize all of our benefit? That's at least the intention of the law. Like a speed limit isn't you have to go this speed or you're breaking the law. It's we've determined if everybody pretty much goes this speed, it will be the safest net for everybody.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
agree with either of you. I think the law is two different things. One, the law is ideally the law is a framework for which everybody must operate on. And if they don't, we have to correct society so that you are now removed from it or dissuaded from doing it again. But the other idea of the law is the idea of justice. It's about protecting all of society. So there's two different like things that it means when we say the law. And I think that the one that most people care about is the idea that if a law is not enforced, it doesn't matter, right? If like we basically say to you like, yeah, it's illegal, but nobody cares, nobody gets arrested
Right.
for it.
Right.
So if you speed and you never get caught for it, I would say that the law is not broken. However, if somebody breaks into a store and the law does not attempt to correct this and apply justice to the situation, now it's known that people can.
What if they
do
didn't
this.
steal anything?
Or it doesn't matter if they, well, okay, they don't have to have stolen, but they damage this property. If the law does not attempt to apply justice
What
to
if
the
they didn't make
situation,
it
now
damage?
it's
What if they just went in through an
then
unlocked
it's not
door,
the
slept there, and left?
If I got
What
the
damage
box,
did they cause?
if I got the box and I didn't tweet it, and I just kept the box, opened it, did all this shit, I didn't tell anybody. Wait,
Yep.
would I have done something illegal?
We don't know.
no.
Does your perception of things change whether or not things are illegal or not?
No.
Well, in this case, F bombs, you're saying it is. So pick a side, motherfucker.
Okay, wait. Let's do that again. Do that again. If I was inconsistent, call me out. Let's do that.
If let's say I got the box, I never tweeted about it. I just kept it in my room. I didn't tell anybody, and I just opened it up and did all this stuff. Like, is what I did illegal?
It's not about illegal. It's about responsibility. I never said taking the box was illegal. I just said
I'm asking
you have to take
my-
responsibility for it.
I'm not trying to draw inconsistency with what you said earlier. I'm just
I
trying
don't-
to say, like, is what I did. Now we pretend that you don't know that I have the box, but you're just me. You're me, and I got the box and did all this shit. Did I do something illegal, or is it only illegal when
goes
someone
back
knows
to-
what I did?
It goes back to you don't know where the box came from. So is the box
I
stolen
think you're
property?
still.
Is
I think you're.
I don't think it's illegal.
If you have stolen property and you're holding it, whether anybody knows it or not, you're breaking the law. Yeah, dog. The dogs agree.
You know what? Maybe that might be the case, but I don't like that.
Yes.
Like,
Well, but I guess the thing I'm just
well,
really
the
trying
laws
to
are
get
what
at
we
is
make
like,
up, so we can argue what the law should be.
right.
I-
But
if
and you
are
only
in
know that I broke
possession-
the law because you know that I was in
Wait,
possession of it. If you never
you
knew
don't
that I
have-
was in possession of it, I never broke a law. Because the law,
You
hold on, the
Don't
law
make up
is
what
the
the
things.
law is.
Well, because the laws are the things that we all, agree upon as a society. That we've decided that these are the things, and if you
If
break these certain
somebody
things,
hit a
then
kilo
we.
of coke,
That's what laws are, but that's not what the law is.
if somebody
you
hit a
can break
kilo
a
of
law
coke in
and
my
the law.
house,
You can break a law without people knowing. I think you still broke it.
I can be breaking a law right now and not know it. Like, if there is something illegal that somebody left in my house, I'm in possession of it, know it or not.
Okay, now, all right, let's all agree on this. Let's say, hypothetically, you were in possession of something, but we all just didn't know. Do we care? Do we
Say
care
that one more
about...
time. Wait.
I guess
If
I should
you
say,
have
let's
it,
use a
nobody
person who's
knows,
not
we
here.
care.
If someone is in possession of something illegal, let's just say it's a stolen bike, or fuck it, I don't know, and we don't. It's a stolen bike you stole from Walmart. Okay, so there's
Okay,
like
yeah,
minimal
you
minimal
gotta take the
harm.
victim
Okay,
out. You gotta
minimal
take the
minimal
victim out.
harm. Okay, no
Yeah.
victim.
A
Right?
victimless crime.
Do we care?
No,
I don't care.
I don't.
We
I don't
can't
care,
care
but they
because we
broke the
don't
law.
know. Which is why, if nobody knows, you're not breaking
Well,
the
but-
law.
Maybe
but if we
hold
know
on.
that
If
people
I do
are
care,
doing this, then we might care. But we don't know who did it. But just not knowing whatsoever, we can't care. Yeah. But we should. The reason we have laws is because we want certain standards to be upheld. We've agreed upon this. So so I guess society objectively cares, but no individual can care.
let's say I
Will,
care.
Will,
Hold
are
on,
you
let's-
trying to? Are you
Yeah.
trying to ask that if you are doing something in your home that objectively affects nobody but you, does morality even matter? Like if you have a holodeck and you do some foul ass shit, but it's all fake and you're the only one affected, does it matter? Is that kind of the question you're asking?
I think at the end of all of this, that is kind of one of the questions I'm curious about. Yeah.
Can I run a hypothetical? Because it'll get everybody against me automatically, and I
can.
think it's really easy to see why there's
Fuck
nothing
you.
wrong.
We can in 2 seconds. I just want to say,
Okay.
I think to Steelman, like, let's say I did, if the answer is yes, I do care about people stealing the bikes from Walmart. There is theoretically a solution. We could have a surveillance state that makes sure that you only have the items that you have, and anytime you come into possession of an item that is clearly not yours, you can be punished for it. And we'll just set that up, and then anytime you literally steal anything from anybody of any value, we will know, and you will be punished for it. Like that could,
Or-
that could theoretically be an
there's
option.
other
Or you could just
solutions.
create.
They all involve lowering our freedom.
I was
There's
going
a
to
million
say,
you can come up with.
you're looking at it as scarcity, and with technology, we should be creating it as abundance. We shouldn't have to worry about there's only 12 bikes. We should have 300 bikes available at a depot, and people just take them and they get collected and they're at the depot.
I think we're kind of far off from the original idea. I think correct me if I'm wrong. If this doesn't illustrate the same point that you're asking, Will, just shut it down and I won't say anything at all. This is something that's happened before. So I'm vegan. When I order food from a place, sometimes I'll get shit that isn't vegan on it. Like I ordered an Impossible Beast Burger. I didn't know there was mayonnaise on it. Did I violate my own morals? And it's for ethical reasons. So I say I can't ever eat it. It's not there's no justification for me to eat it. But if somebody gives me food and I don't know that there's mayonnaise on it, do I have to hold myself accountable for violating my own ethics?
Nope.
Is this comparable to the question you were asking, Will, about breaking the law?
It is comparable, I think.
I think it's comparable.
I think it's fairly comparable.
I think
I
you
mean,
are. The risk is there. It's like the box that you don't know. So I mean, in the same way that you like opening the box that has a 50-50 chance of bad or good, going to a restaurant because you do know what you don't know, and you do know that this is possible. So you know that you don't know if you're going to get mayonnaise. Like there's a chance. It's not 50-50, but so I guess in eating out,
It should be
you-
really, really low.
But
Well, no, Smith's making a
Exactly.
great point.
exactly,
Smith's
exactly,
making a
it
great
should be low.
point because you're also ethically deciding to patron a restaurant that isn't vegan only. So you're furthering the profitability of a restaurant that you know is going to slaughter
Well, wait.
animals. So-
There's a side to the incentive. I'm also incentivizing that restaurant to increase production of food that I do think is ethical and reduce the amount of production of food that I think isn't ethical.
Well, this
I
is the
can't do that in a
equation
vegan
because
vegan establishment.
it's not one or the other. It's both, and you're just weighing the harms.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
That's all.
hold on.
Everything ends up
The
there.
mayonnaise is the problem. If I eat the mayonnaise is the problem in this thought experiment.
Hold on. This whole conversation, we're forgetting the most important, or the most important. There were important. There's a fucking important thing we're forgetting. So in that situation, it's the cook. And in the situation of the box, it's whoever sent it. And we're talking about the amount of culpability that the person has that opens it. But but in having that discussion, we're blindsiding ourselves to the culpability of the people that put the person in that situation in the first place. The person that put the mayonnaise on the burger that put you in that you said you shouldn't put. The person that put the horrible things in the box and sent it to you. The person that sent the box knowing there was horrible things. And even you could, if you even wanted to say culpability, you can even philosophically justify saying even the mailman is culpable.
Yeah,
I
in a
don't think
sense.
that's
But
fair. That's
I mean,
fair.
that's the thing is you can do that all the way. I believe you can and should do that all the way up the line in almost every decision that you make. Like I
Oh
this is
no.
no okay, let me rephrase. This is how I do it, not what anybody should do. When I make decisions, I often make them based on not just how it affects me, but how it affects other people. And I'm more than willing to forgo new clothes because I don't like the industry. And do I make a big difference? No. But do I not go to H&M or these discount places and buy new clothes and personally perpetuate it? No. So I can live. It's just like being a vegan. You're making a choice that doesn't affect everybody else. It's your attempt at making a change bottom up, not top down.
Hmm.
So let's maybe strap this down more to the central point that I've kind of really been pondering, is this idea that I think that at some point in time, every single person on this planet is going to have a little black box in their cell phone, or excuse me, in their pocket, that is going to have the potential to create uh, horribly illegal things just right in the palm of their hands. And the only way that we would really know if the technology becomes so ubiquitous, the only way we would really ever know if anybody was doing this shit would be to actually look inside of their devices and see what the fuck they have on it. Um, is this the future? And if it is the future, are we okay with that possibility of having somebody or something have access to all of our shit? Because maybe at some point, humans, we won't even be able to trust each other to not create these things in the in the whatever of our own home.
That's the bigger problem to me. I think you named the bigger problem to me.
Okay.
I'm older, right? So me growing
Oh,
up,
no way.
I had a community. Okay. We weren't divided like this. Okay. I went to basketball and played with all my friends every week at like basketball league. And when that was going on, there were people down the hall doing some other event with everybody else they knew. And so we as a community had not just expectations for ourselves, we were part of something. So when we fucked up, it affected the community as well. Like you didn't want to embarrass your family and because of like the ongoing effects of that. It's like in an Amish place where they don't want to get shunned. There is a community effect on individual behavior. And we are now separating so much that we even like this is the closest thing to community that we have, and it's one random stream. So nobody expects anything of me that makes me want to be better, more wholesome, and not do the shit that would make the community or me and the community look bad. The adverse harm isn't there. All the little things that kind of keep us in check that everybody says we need religion for because you need some deity to put you into purgatory forever, as opposed to, look, I don't want to piss off all my friends and their families, so I'm not going to do this dumbass shit that might make me look bad.
You're in favor of stigmatizing stupid behavior.
I think if you look at child porn, we should fucking mock you, and you
Hold on.
should feel like a piece of shit for it.
My camera, I this is sorry, it started to derail. Anybody have anything important to say? Because this is stupid. This is derailing. My camera. This is the first time in the summer I've used my camera, and I would heard that this model can overheat, and it's never done
Oh
it. And
damn!
What are you
well,
shooting on? Out
so
of curiosity.
it's a Sony A5100.
Yep, there you go. That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
have a
I have another camera. I should try get. I'll go get it. It's actually way better.
It's
have a
so funny
funny
you said that.
camera
I'm
story,
just
but it
I'm
doesn't matter.
about to buy a camera that has its own individual heat sink on it to prevent it from overheating because it gets hot as fuck in my house.
Huh.
I'm going to change to my Sony ZVE10.
Ooh, I like those. Those are cool.
Yeah, it
I
is a
have-
good one. I like it.
I have a really nice camera because I repossessed it from a failed business venture.
Did you I remember the question now. I think that you have to concede the point. I think you just have to say that in the future our freedoms are going to be taken from us by technology and there's really no way to stop it. Technology is a manifest destiny. It's scary, it's awful. I'm against a lot of the freedoms that we're going to lose, but they're in essence already gone and we're just waiting to find out what it's going to be.
You're sure just totally black-pilled. I mean, we're going to be given. We will
When
not
it
be
comes to
able to be
technology, yeah.
trusted with the technology, and we will need other things or people to be put in place to make sure that
It's
we do
not
not
about
abuse
what
it.
we need or should or anything. It's about what's going to happen no matter what. And I think that it's going to happen no matter what.
Wait
You
a
can't.
minute.
You don't.
wait
You
a
don't
minute.
trust me. You don't trust me with
Wait
my
a
super
minute.
powerful device that can literally make episodes of Seinfeld just with
Okay, wait,
AI.
so-
Like,
I
Look,
think that
look,
AI is
I-
going to
wait, hold on.
determine the bill that gets passed. It says this, you know?
What makes you believe that we don't have the ability to impact the future to an outcome that isn't already determined?
When it comes to technology, because we've never been able to stop it. It's something that is unstoppable. It is a manifest destiny.
What do you mean by stop? Like where?
So when it comes to technology, what we call progress, things getting bigger, better, faster, smarter. This is something that has never been impeded. You can't stop people from doing
Yes,
it.
you
And
do.
it's going to get to the
Okay,
point.
I agree with you. Technological doubling and advancement and exponential growth is going to happen, but our use of it is what we can control.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if we
you
ever
guys,
have controlled it.
I disagree with all of you. I think that generating or creating fake, like horrible content that's fake, I just don't care. It's not.
I don't
Yeah, I
either.
also think it's okay too.
I don't. Yeah, I think it's our behavior, not the content, that matters. So, like, is Will going to open the box and make the behavioral choice, or is he going to say, like, I don't want to open it, or is he going to say, look, I'm not to be responsible for whatever this has to do. This may be bigger than me. It may be nothing. I I think the reason we wouldn't do something or tell other people about it is fear, really. We're driven, in this case, Will has this box, right? And it could be magical and cure the world and bring world peace, or it could unleash the rapture or somewhere in between. One of us, whoever has that box, has to make a decision of what to do. The decision isn't just open it or don't open it. It's, what do I do now? Do I put myself out there to let like Will puts himself out there, does all this stuff to say, hey, I don't know if
fucked.
I should do this on my own. I think I should invite other people to let me know and participate in this thing that may be bigger than me. And so by being willing to do that and involve more people, now it becomes a communal, hey, what do we do for society?
Have you ever
I
seen
got your
the
back, Will.
movie or read the book Knock at
After
the
you
Cabin?
fucking railroaded me
If
for
it
30
starts
minutes.
with have
but-
you read, the answer for me will be no.
Well, there's also a movie. M. Night Shyamalan made the movie adaptation of Knock at the Cabin. Have you seen this?
Oh no, I haven't.
It is.
Wait, is
10
that the
out of
new one?
10.
Do not spoil it. That's the
no, it's
newer
like-
one,
it's-
right?
It's over a year old. Yeah.
Okay, still don't
the
spoil it.
premise
I
is-
haven't watched that.
Okay, can I super vague?
Yes, the premise
about it?
is
Yeah. Okay.
There's a thing that this family must decide. And the nice thing about the book is that there is no evidence given to support the idea that they must do this thing. And the reason is X. Now in the book, we have no way, the audience, none of the people have ever been shown any reason to think that the reason they have to do it is real. And so the whole entire book is not about
The
the
thing,
reason. It's about
yeah,
the decision that must be made. And
yeah.
even the author did not consider it the only time, which blows my fucking mind, because I'd want to know. If I was writing it, I'd have to consider it. But what you're talking about is that this isn't about the contents of the box at all. It's really about how do we behave when we're
Yes.
put in a situation where great good or great harm could come, and how do we weigh these decisions against one another to come to a conclusion.
I know it sounds narcissistic in a way, okay? But every one of us does what we do on as content because we think there is the plausibility someday of what we do may matter.
Yeah.
And we don't know when it's going to matter. We don't know if it will matter, but I approach every day the best I can as if this is the day that's going to matter, will I be doing the things that I should be doing? And we can never know other than the small individual things that we do that add up to the bigger things that we do that make our existence, which is the exact same thing I say as we're part of the group. So my today's activity and today's stream is part of the whole picture, but I've got to do today the best that I can do because if today is the important day, then on that day I did the best I could. So with the box, it's not what will the outcome of the box be? It's am I doing what is best right now?
I think that's fair.
It's not about
Now we're in
what's in
agreement.
the box. It's what is best to do with the box
Yeah.
now.
Because then you're not thinking of the outcome or the rewards. I try to focus on the inputs because I can't control the outcomes. All I can control is the input. So if people don't watch a stream and I did the same thing I did every other day, I shouldn't be upset because I didn't do anything different. It just happened.
I think we're actually pretty much all in agreement about this element, I think, of the box. Which I think is kind of cool because I had never even thought about this aspect of it until you brought up F-bombs. This is a cool little tangent vein on top of this to think about. I think what I want to really, because I only got maybe about half hour, 45 minutes maybe to do this, so, you know, callers in the chat or whatever, from anybody's chat, if anybody's streaming, if you want to come onto my Discord and get in the call, go for it. I really want to maybe try and strap into this idea of privacy. How, if we live in a future where we have to decide whether or not the contents of our, you know, devices, if they have to be private or not. Like, should they be private for the safety of the human race? Should they be examined by other individuals in the group for the safety of the human race? Like, how do we feel about that?
Should be private for sure.
Why?
I don't know. I just value privacy. I think that like trying to. I think that what you do, like, so like making things in private, like making simulated child porn in private. I just think that that's basically the same as thinking it, but with more tools. And I don't think we can have thought crimes.
See, this is
simply
funny.
think that a man without privacy is a caricature of himself.
Wait,
We would all
wait,
be
okay.
caricatures of ourselves.
I have an interesting like internal dichotomy from what you said because obviously there's things I do that I want private. In general, though, I live my existence under the idea of if other people knew what I was doing right now, would I be okay with that? And if the answer is no, I typically just don't do it. Like I said, there's some things that I obviously like I fucking jerk off in ways like y'all don't need to know. But there's generally
I
things,
want to see that technique.
there's generally things
Hand washing
that it's like
instructions.
I could make choice A or I could make choice B. if people knew I made the choice, what would I want them to know? Like, would I be embarrassed or feel guilty or feel I did something wrong? And if that's the case, then like maybe I just won't do it. And maybe like, and I don't do this based on religion or some later effect. It's just how I choose to make morality easy for me. Like, I don't have to hide things. I don't have to like lie about phone calls. I don't have to worry about any DMs I sent because any DM I sent, I send it based on if everybody's going to see it.
That's too much. I do think the things that I want to keep private are things that if I said the truth of the matter, if I said what was actually happening and other people saw it, I don't think that they're going to accept the truth of the matter and they're going to create their own narrative and I'll be held accountable for things that are not accurate about my actions.
Well, that's
That's
just
the things I want to keep
privacy.
private.
That's
Yeah.
privacy.
And
That's
that's
not
why
your
I think it's so
behavior, though.
important.
If you privately do illegal things and no one ever knows that you do them, you literally never share them, and you're in the Faraday cage Dogwart's closet, is it really wrong that you're doing those things?
That's personal choice. Do you agree with the law or not? Like, so I smoked weed illegally for decades, and a lot of I have stigma tattooed
got
on
'em.
my wrist. Yeah, get them. They were, trust me, they were already there in plain clothes. They've already been there. Um, I was a criminal and a degenerate and all these other things, but I had no problem with what I was doing. So, but people knew about it and I was still doing it and I'm still breaking the law. So, my behavior, legally or not, I was morally fine with. And so you're taking law and putting it into your morality. And I don't think
Yes.
the two cross.
For me, if I violate my own morality, it doesn't matter if there's anybody there or not. I suffer from it because I know
Yes.
it's wrong.
Yes. Now,
That's
what if
why
your morality and the law are different?
I have to follow. So the only way the law interacts with my morality is that if my if I have a categorical imperative that says I must do it even at the risk of incarceration, then I still have to follow my morality. If I'm violating my morality more so by leaving my kid and my wife alone because I get arrested, that those are the only ways that the law interacts with my
I
morality.
love
period.
it. I love
But
it
I-
because it's
but I-
all that's that value judgment that that I'm talking about.
It's what are my duties?
Yes.
But I
That's
can
it.
come
That's the
up
only time
I
they
can
intersect.
but I can come up
Go ahead,
with a
Will.
scenario where someone could perhaps look at horrible material morally.
How is it moral?
How's it moral? Well, let's say you're someone who, if they didn't look at this material, they would go out and cause harm against somebody. And perhaps
Okay,
looking at this
so
material is the only thing that
basically,
stops you from
let
going
me
out
let
and
me
causing an actual harm to
let me give us a
another
topic.
person.
Let me give you
I don't
a
know.
way we can discuss this without it being about what you're talking about. So it
No,
is
let's make it about
illegal.
stomping on
I'm just going to
kittens.
make it easy.
Okay?
It's illegal
If
to
you hurt
have a
animals, it's
car
illegal.
that was built before 1960. Okay, it's illegal to even have pictures of those cars that were born before 1960. The problem is if you don't get to look at videos or pictures of those cars, you're going to go out and get a car that was built before 1960. And so what you're saying is if letting you have pictures and videos of those cars keeps you from going out and actually getting a car, that's moral.
Is there any
Yeah,
truth to that?
I just don't agree with any of that.
I don't
think
agree with
that
the analogy.
there's no like God-given morality. I think that if you're not harming anybody, it's totally fine. It's your own experience. If the question that I have is if looking at these illicit materials, child porn, if looking at that makes you more likely to commit a crime or not, and that is so far most of the science says it's not. But it is debatable. And if it's just AI generated, I just don't care unless we can prove that it makes people more likely to do crime. Then I would care.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be honest. I don't know what the actual studies are. I'm just like, we can make an exception for anything, right? I'm creating a hypothetical where doing this horrible thing would be moral, at least in my eyes, because it would lead to less harm committed to someone
Be
else.
careful.
You know?
I had a tribunal set against me because I took a stance that saying I would do a terrible thing if it meant so there was a question, would you do this terrible thing if you got $1 million, and if you didn't do it, they would kill you. Well, I don't care about the money. I'm doing the terrible thing because I don't want to die. My most moral system means I have to be alive. My
Okay,
moral
I've
system
thought
guides me through
this.
life, not to death.
I've thought
I
about
have to
this
stay alive.
personally. Okay, let's say I'm in Germany and my family and I have been taken, and so have my neighbors. And the only way I can stay alive and go through whatever is next is they make me shoot my neighbor in front of his kids. Just take me. Just, you're going to kill them anyway, but you're going to kill them, not me.
Sure,
And
but I would be okay with you wanting to preserve your own life, though.
well, that's what I'm saying. So this is the ultimate decision and why I even stream, because I want to somehow reach my neighbor before they're in a position to have to risk their family for my safety.
Sure. I guess I understand why you would not want to do it.
And I would understand them if they didn't do it. If they shot me in the head, that's what I would want also. So in either case, I would be okay with them doing what kept them alive, and I would be okay doing what kept them alive in both circumstances.
We're arguing about shooting our neighbors in the face, but F-Bombs wants us to argue about how we stop it before we even get to that point.
Yes, because we've already made the choices at that point. All of our
Hmm.
choices add up to that moment.
No
No single play. Like, you look at a Super Bowl and they're like, oh, the ref cost him the game. No, the other 59 minutes and 50 seconds cost him the game. Jesus Christ, it's not a single moment. This is my entire point and existence, is if we think about 10 years from now every day, but we also know every day isn't 10 years from now. We have to think about how our day plays a part of the whole, but also how our day can't change the whole at the same time.
Okay, while I
Wait,
think
so-
we
wait,
I think we
hold
all
on, hold on,
agree,
hold on.
right?
Are you saying that if someone looks at AI generated atrocities, child abuse, or like like people like stabbing people, atrocity, people stomping on dogs, do you think that
Yeah.
they're contributing to a whole that is bad or something?
Not necessarily. Like when the internet was like first getting big, they had all these sites that were like taboo, or like monkeys getting clobbered in the head and then their brains getting eaten, and
Fuck.
like brutal car accidents. This was like pre-dark web, right? Is it wrong for people to go watch that? No, unless it's being filmed because they know it's being consumed. So, are we just watching a natural event occur? Yes. Are they filming this event and creating this thing to further this killing? Like, are they beheading journalists and we just happen to see the beheading? Or are they beheading journalists because they know they can sell it? The two
Yeah, but
things
we're
are
talking
different, even though it's the same thing.
Yeah, but we're talking about something that nobody ever knows about. It's just private. It's everybody, but everybody may or may not be doing it in private.
We, if the way I look at it is, I can't make a yes or no judgment of the harm. I can only say, here are the concerns. The concerns are, does it increase the predilection that somebody's going to go out and offend? I don't know. Does it,
Yeah.
like, give them an idea that it becomes acceptable and desensitized? I don't know. Are there people that have shot things because of a video game? Probably. Does that mean video games make you go shoot things? Fuck no. Like, we want to make binary choices of things when there are no binaries. Like, they just don't exist this way.
Well, hey guys, that's all
I'm-
the time that I have. I got to get out of here.
Wait, Drazi, can
Um,
you stay for 2 minutes, literally? I got one more question to ask, and it was directed at you, but I want to ask the panel, and we can start with you.
Okay.
All right, really quick.
Sure.
From Doobie, okay? Regarding the save yourself or do something horrible question, the self-preservation question. How many
Yeah.
children would we be willing to horrible, unimaginable thing to self-preserve each other before we decided that it wasn't worth it? Is self-preservation really like the pinnacle moral that we all hold ourselves to? Draws you
I
start.
don't know about everybody, but for me, I have a greater duty to myself, keeping myself alive and supporting my family than I do to any other individual. And I would say that I would probably continue to do horrible atrocities until it mentally fucking broke me and I couldn't take it anymore. Until it was tragedy that I was not able to withstand the horribleness of my own actions, to where I finally give in and said, okay, go ahead and shoot me. I guess it'll never be enough, huh? And then I die. I would say that I have to endure everything. I have to hurt other people and myself to my absolute limit to protect my own life, because my own life is owed to my wife and my child.
All right,
There's an
everybody.
argument there.
All right. As soon as you said it was Doobie, I knew where I was going. But thanks for having me. I got a couple of things to do before I stream at 6:30. Thanks for having me on. This is fun. A lot of interesting conversations popped up. And F-bombs, we still need to stream.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right.
Peace, Drowsy.
Take care, you guys.
Take care.
Be safe.
See you,
Bye.
buddy.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna get before we continue, I'm gonna get 2 other people in the green room in here.
All right. I might have time for like one more like round, but
Cool.
I got more stuff to do tonight too.
Appreciate you.
What was the question again? Say the question.
I'm only
again.
I'm only trying to go for about 25 more minutes, anyways. Hey Rita.
Cool.
Hey Death Row. Hope you are doing well.
Okay.
Shouts out to Spicy Chat. Can you?
Watching
So here's the question: Can you ask him how many children he'd be willing to R-word to save himself before he decided it wasn't worth the cost? Round table.
What?
Self-preservation.
Mine
One.
is 0.
I think maybe none.
Well, wait. Okay,
It's just none.
can I frame this for a second? Because
You eat the
Drazi,
bullet, Smith.
I wouldn't rape a child because then I'd have to live with it, and I'd just rather
Die.
not. Yeah, even though it's like the total outcome is worse. Like someone's dead and someone's not dead, and that person's me. Like from an alien perspective, I just don't want to live with it. So no.
Okay.
What Drazi said was interesting to me because I'm in a different stage than him. My kids are older, they're gone. Like, I'm retired. I've done what I need to do in life. Like, I've secured their future. I'm just now living the rest of my life doing what I feel like doing at this point. So, my stage is so different than I have other lives to look out for. I've already done that side. And it's just such a different moral question at that point because I don't have somebody else's life in the balance anymore.
Yeah, so like so if someone if I had people depending on me, it'd make it harder.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rita, Death Row? Got anything to add to that?
Not really.
What do you guys want to talk about? What's up?
Coward.
I want to know. So this argument you guys are having, this is like a 1 years old like Mr. Girl argument, right? Like this is like what people used to talk about in the voice chat. So like, this is all just like rehashing shit that people have already talked about for a while.
Nailed it. Banger. What should we be talking about?
No, I want to know, is like the box bit, is that gonna like go anywhere, or is this like gonna be like useless philosophizing about like dumb shit for the next 2 hours?
So you
Everything
came in
that
here
we
to be a
do
condescending prick to Will.
Imagine
got
living a
philosophizing.
life. Imagine living
I
a
hate
life
Will.
that you're hanging out in a stream that you're dissatisfied with when there's thousands of other streams you could do, but you're spending your existence being upset so you could come here and take a crap on Will. How does that make you worse or better than Will?
You went on a stream to discuss like child pornography for
And
like,
you went
hours.
on to discuss about discussing it. So like
Yeah,
you're the turd that came out of this shit.
No, I was already pressed, and I just think this is retarded.
Okay.
Wow, banger, dude. Good commentary.
Well, it's fair. He thinks it's retarded. All right.
All right.
Very valuable insight, but
Death row.
I could never imagine being so useless that I spend my time at things I
He's
find
got enough.
useful.
He's gotten enough. Because look, he's gotten enough. He's gotten enough. He's gotten enough.
Unbelievable.
Well,
Never enough. This is how you discourage them from doing it again. You make it fucking painful.
I think some people just don't. They just don't like fun. You know.
No, it's the internet. People just like to get attention by being a dick. Like it's just simple. Okay.
If anyone
so
is
you
curious,
were-
what does the box build into? Will and his channel's first non-Twitch poll related release next week. Schrodinger's stash, AI, deepfakes, and the observer effect. That's what this is all boiling down to.
the
I see.
observer
So-
effect.
I
Yeah.
knew you were doing this sort of for a reason. Like, yeah. And also, this is just like this is clearly like a hypothetical or like a conversation that you like to have, and or something you like to think about, and you just like you've got some traction, so now you want to do it. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. You want to. This
So
is your
what
thing.
what are you hoping? What thoughts are you hoping your videos will generate? Because I guess the videos are like videos don't convince people of things, they plant seeds. So like what seeds are you trying to plant?
Like the end of privacy, as we like privacy was already fucked. It's going to get even more fucked. Where we are currently, in my opinion, at maybe the most important moment that humans have had in our entire history as humans. Because we are currently in the process of developing something that is smarter than us. We will no longer
that can
be
solve
Homo
problems
sapiens.
faster. It's not smarter.
No, eventually
lot
we're
to-
we're in the process of creating something that eventually will be smarter than us by all objective measures.
It will be smarter than us. I have a lot to say about this.
Yeah.
It will be smarter than us. This is a massive conversation,
It's fine.
but it's not. I have a disagreement when people say it's conscious, but it doesn't mean it's not a risk. But it's not conscious. It's not conscious. Like, but I can get into that. That's a whole different conversation. I want to have that conversation sometime, but it's a massive
Look, I would
conversation.
I will propose that you have a group of people that are willing to discuss topics, whether a ton of people come and watch or not. And this is what I think we're missing is like just getting to have conversations.
No, I'm here for the content, baby. I'm here to entertain these people.
Well, it's not really
Ooh,
work.
Look at me dance. Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh, ah,
A
ah.
microscope.
Yeah.
I think it's working. We've had decent viewership for Will and his channel stream.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck if you like it or not, viewers. I really don't care. I'll be honest. I'm here for
No,
me.
I care, but it's also
I really don't.
okay.
I
Adam,
don't care if they like it. I don't care if they like it, but I want them to get something out of it, be entertained, get something out of it.
Yeah.
They don't have to like it. They can hate
What-
it.
well, okay.
They
So
can hate it.
do you know Adam ruins everything? Do you know that guy?
Yeah, I like Adam Conover. He's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, something came on I was watching last night, and he made some great points about how much the platforms affect our content. That he knows he has to do if he does a thing calling out a fact in like an outrage farm, he gets a lot of clicks. If he does a video saying I'm going to be in Iowa doing 2 shows, he gets no clicks. And it's literally the algorithm making the difference. So he knows if he's going to promote a show, he's got to squeeze it into some sort of outrage information, which totally affects the content. He has to make certain kind of thumbnails and all this shit that it's the same argument back when there's underground rap and they have to make radio hits that aren't the type of music they make just so somebody can hear them, which is the same as the algorithm. Like there's a combination of the radio hits and the B-side that should be done to grow eyeballs on the content that means something to you. You have to like chum the water a little bit to get what you want out of the content.
You do. Here, I can only speak for myself here. live streams in particular, they're more for fun for me. So like
Me too.
when I'm doing this kind of, I don't, I appreciate the 14 people that are watching, but like if you all stop watching right now, I still got a really enjoyable conversation for myself out of this. Do you know what I mean? But the videos, like I understand the point of like you need to make yourself effective in the way that you spread your message if you care about spreading your message. That's like my biggest beef with Mr. Girl's article, right? It's not
Yeah,
it's kind of like
yeah.
it's like the hardest thing to read in the entire world.
It's 90,000 words longer than most Pulitzer Prize winning articles.
Correct.
My biggest criticism, like this is one only I've heard said. I'm only still fucking halfway because I've been so fucking busy. But it's just that the lav section is so long, and I wish it was the size of the Anna section, because I bet you could have made he could have made the Anna section about as long as the lav section if you put a bunch of shit in there. And I think it's so long that it's not as poignant, and I wish it was more.
Yeah, it's just kind of like if you only spend 20,000 words talking about something and then 40,000 words on another thing and then 30 on
Yeah,
another, like it's just not, and 11 of those stories are in 20,000 words.
To me, what could have made it useful would have been, and I didn't read it, but like I've watched a lot of it be read. But you make the article and the point in 3 to 5 pages, and then you make a resource document for people that want to source it. You don't make everybody read 100,000 words to get what you want out of it. If you want to dig deeper, then you give them all the stuff, but don't run people away from reading any of it because the whole thing is there.
Yeah, I think it's yeah. I understand the arg. He's replied to this type of criticism, Mr. Earl, the author.
Yeah.
And so I understand his perspective, but I understand that perspective too. I think I would rather have it been like that, but I also think his perspective is interesting. But I'd rather have it.
So I know we don't have long, but can I derail this to actually give my take? Would you mind? Here's the thing.
All right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Let's go.
I think there is a valid argument to be made at the fact that the age of the Giga Chad and being real about anything is seen as soy, and that there is a disincentive to be real and a perverse incentive to be provocative. I think this is an issue. I think this does cause interpersonal conflict. I think it does cause some of the issues that he explains. Would I call them abuse? Probably not. Would I say that this is set up to hurt people? I think there's an argument there to be made. See, that was easy.
Based.
That's all he had to say, really.
So, we
What's in
cool
the
with
box,
like
bitch?
we cool with like 1984 style privacy that we just let the government or an
Do
AI
you
or
really
something
think
just
we
go
don't
into our
already
computers
have
at all
it? We
times?
already have it. What is the last thing you did that you think was private?
I don't think that I do not think that it's as bad as an AI going through every single file on the file system of my devices at all times, which I think is what would need to happen
saying it will become
in the future.
It will become an alert system to tell on you.
100%, probably. Yeah, it might have to be effective.
Do we already have that now?
I don't think we do, to the point where, at least to the extent that AI would make it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There's 2 ways this could go. If the punishments become automatic and there's no like recourse to it, then we could be fucked. But if it right now they already get too much information, right?
Yeah,
they can't sift through and deal with the information they get right now. But
Will, just a warning about Lisa. She's unhinged. Kick her out.
Like this is what the whole Snowden leak was, wasn't it? Like they have too much information. They can't collate it at all. If they took less information, they'd be able to do it. So if they're getting told about every little crime and every little offense, how will they have enough to even address it?
I think they'll use AI and they'll just filter it out.
Do you guys mind? I just came in here to grace your stream with my presence, Will. I'm a big deal, okay? Do you mind if I speak for a second?
Why don't you engage with the conversation that we're having?
It's super important, the conversation. First, I want to say to the people who are watching Spicy Chat right now.
Let's say we're talking about, we go back to speeding. Let's say the app on your phone tells on you every time you speed, and then they auto send a ticket to your house.
That's how they do
it in
Dubai.
You still have to have an adjudication of that.
What if they tell you when you need your diabetes meds?
I've gotta go. All right.
All right.
Okay, leave. You're not wanted. Leave.
I want to wait till Will can hear.
The homies are coming to fix my dishwasher. So here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna do a little round, just around the table really quick, sign offs, and then I gotta get out of here. So let's start with Smith, and then we'll go around. Rudy, if Dingo and Lisa start being annoying, just kick them. Okay, continue.
That's the only reason I'm here, bro. I got you.
Tonight, I'm going to be talking to Philly Illy about autogynephilia and their new research project, a new book that's being released. I got a review copy. Got a lot of questions. It's going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Very fascinating book.
Wow. Okay, cool.
It's not just autogynephilia, it's also autoandrophilia. So it talks about it both ways.
Wow.
I don't even know what.
You don't even.
All right.
You should go and look on F-bombs if you want to look at some like really interesting content. You should go to Smith's channel and look at his autogynephilia content. It's very interesting.
Is it of age?
Autogynephilia is if you are attracted to yourself with the image of yourself as a woman. And autoandrophilia is like you're attracted to imagining yourself as a man.
Yeah, the internet is a weird place, y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, this has technically been researched. I mean, way before the internet.
Yeah, I know, but like lots of things have been researched.
F-bomb, sorry, send us out. What's up?
Will and his channel, Will and his 270 or whatever. Check me out. I'm everywhere. Will and his fucking hopefully paid off editor. No, I had a good time. I like having real conversations because I think I see things completely different than most of you, from a nuance that we never get to talk about because I'm just way too soy for like really to be entertaining.
That's great, man.
That's all.
So I get a closing statement, Will?
Of course.
No.
Okay. So, well, my dear internet kings and queens, shut up! I'm speaking.
I gotta go. I'm leaving.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Bye, Smith.
Sorry.
All right.
Fuck. He just interrupted me like that. Well, my dear internet kings and queens in Spicy Chat. It's time to wrap up this epic
that looks
stream
like Radcliffe
about
on
Will's.
Dingo's,
Shut up!
On Dingo's thing.
Shut up! Shut up! Okay.
Who is that? Who's
so
the picture?
It's time.
Dingo, who's the picture?
It's Tom Womsgans. Now shut the fuck up. It's time to wrap up this epic stream about Will's totally fake and non-existent Pandora's box. I hope you all enjoyed watching me pretend to open it and act all mystical and stuff. I mean, who needs actual possessions when you could just make up
good
your
luck
own?
on all this. Oh well.
Wait, what? What just happened?
I kicked his ass. All right, what were you saying, F-bombs?
I don't know. I thought the picture on his logo was Ratcliffe, a former Trump guy. I was asking who his picture was.
Thank you so much for everybody coming on. I appreciate you, F-bombs. Thanks for bringing a perspective on this that I didn't even think I needed to think about, but now I feel like I got some extra shit to worry about.
Well, if you want to chat, anytime you want to chat, let me know. This was fun. Good shit. Keep up the good work. I actually might have some questions for you on a couple of videos I'm working on.
Hit me up.
Yeah, I might. All right, buddy.
All right.
Take it easy.
Thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you too for modding chat and just all the good things that you always do for me.
Hey, anytime, brother. I'm here for you.
Appreciate you, G. I'll see you later, okay?
All right, peace out.
Bye. Alrighty. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another Will and his channel stream. I hope that you found it interesting, insightful. Maybe you thought about some things differently than you had thought about them before. Like, comment, subscribe, give me money. Give me money? Throw some dollars in the coffer? Oh, not the Twitter. Use the link tree. That goes right to my PayPal. That's the best one right there. Gotta give me the juice right to PayPal. Anyways, you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Shouts out to Spicy Chat. I get excited every time you talk about me, so keep it up. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Peace.